Hey home cooks, today I'm making coconut shrimp, and the best thing about it, it's baked and not fried. And keep watching until the end because I'm going to show you how to make a homemade apricot dipping sauce that you're going to love with your shrimp. Hi, I'm Lisa, and if you're new to this channel, welcome. But let's just get started with making the shrimp. So you're going to need 3 bowls to put this together, and I'll explain why a little bit later. But let's get the first bowl going. So I have my flour, a little salt, a little pepper, a little garlic powder, and paprika. And I'm just gonna mix that really well. Make sure there's no clumps or just spices clumped together. I set that aside. And I'm gonna take my second bowl and add my panko breadcrumbs and my coconut. And I want to get that mixed together really well. And make sure the coconut's not sticking together. Sometimes it likes to clump together in little balls. And last, I'm going to crack 2 eggs. And I want to beat these until they're pretty frothy and light. Now I'm going to get my sheet pan ready before I get my shrimp out of the refrigerator. And I just want to prep this so the shrimp don't stick. And I'm using canola oil, a non-stick spray. I'm going to set that aside. And now it's time to get the shrimp. So I already prepped my shrimp, and you want to make sure that they're peeled and deveined, so there's no of that dark, yucky stuff. I'm trying to be nice about it. You don't want to eat that, it's nasty. So I set up my flour first, egg second, and coconut and breadcrumbs third. And the pan's waiting for the shrimp. So this is like a little assembly line. So I'm going to take the shrimp and dip it into the flour first, into the egg, into the panko and the coconut, and then place it onto the tray. And you want to make sure you leave enough space in between. You don't want them touching, and that they're all in one layer. So you're going to dip and shake off any excess flour. Dip and shake off any excess egg. And dip it in the coconut panko. And place it on the pan. The last little bits. I think I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna give my hands a little bit of a wash, and then we'll keep going. So the shrimp are all laid out on the pan, and they're spaced evenly apart so that they're not on top of each other. But I want to make sure that it gets a nice brown crispiness to it because we're not frying it. So we have to kind of, help it along as best we can. So I'm going to take some of my canola oil spray and just lightly spray it over the top of the shrimp to help brown it a little bit. And I have my oven set on 425 degrees. I'm going to put that in there for about 10 minutes and we'll check on it around then. In we go. Oh, I have the wrong oven on. It's the lower oven that's on. These are not going to cook in a cold oven. Look at that. Okay. Into the oven. 425 degrees. 10 minutes. Stuff happens. So while the shrimp are cooking, I'm going to make what I told you about, the apricot sauce. Now, if you don't feel like making that, you can get a nice sweet chili sauce. I just discovered this brand. This is not an ad or anything because it's all natural and it's healthy and it's really, really good. But I want to make my own sauce. So we're going to make an apricot sauce that's going to take about 5 minutes while that's cooking. So the apricot sauce is super simple to make. I'm going to add a little green onion at the end. So let me chop that up really fast. And I'm just going to chop it up just a little bit more so it's not big bites of it. So basically, I'm going to just let everything kind of melt together. It's just really super simple. It's not even boiling or anything. So I have apricot jam. I'm going to use that sweet chili sauce. A little bit of Dijon mustard. A little bit of apple cider vinegar. Bring a little acid in there. And optional if you want, a little red pepper flakes. And I'm going to turn this on a low heat, and I just want the jam to kind of melt and get looser so it becomes more of a sauce. Now you know it's getting a little more saucy because it becomes easier to stir. When I first started, I was kind of pushing through because the jam was so thick. So now let me show you with a spoon. We definitely have a sauce now. So I'm going to take about half of that green onion that I cut and put in there, and then I'll use the other half just to garnish around the shrimp. And let's give it a pour. All right, sauce is done and the shrimp are ready. And I'm just going to plate these. And just to add a little color, I'll sprinkle on a little bit of that green onion I have left over. And that's how you make a coconut shrimp with a fresh homemade apricot dipping sauce. Now this is great for an appetizer to serve at a party, or you could serve it as a meal if you add maybe like some broccoli, some sauteed broccoli or roasted broccoli would be even better, and maybe a little brown rice and make a whole meal of it. If you want to see more videos like this, check out my appetizer video. It's my playlist, and so you'll get to see a lot of different recipes. And don't forget to subscribe so you know every time I put out a new video. I'm going to dive into this, and ooh, a little dipping sauce, a little bite, and I'll see you in the next video.